What's up, Leo? Welcome to your July 2018 general read. This is going to be great if you're a Leo sun, moon, or rising. If it doesn't resonate, please check your sun, moon, or rising to see if you get some clear messages or some, missing pieces to your puzzle. And yeah, let's chat. So I've already pulled your cards. Just getting straight into it, you guys have three major arcana: the Sun, High Priestess, and Judgment, which are all really great cards to get. I will say this feels like a month of it feels like a month of really trusting your intuition, right? We've got a lot of these cup cards, which also talks about emotions, intuition. We've got, also a few sword cards, right? So this is all about your intellect, the way you think or the way you communicate. I do feel like there is going to be some cutting out of things. And I say that especially because when I pulled an oracle card, I've got detox your friendships. That just confirmed everything I was feeling. But we'll get into that after we do the spread. So last month, we really talked about you guys having some things come to the surface, some clarity being given to you, some questions being answered. And this month, I feel like that is going to, basically piggybacking off the last month, I really feel like you guys are having some aha moments, right? But at the same time, still having fun. Like, I feel like you guys are still going to be enjoying your summer, or at least the start of it, okay? So let's start with the bottom of the deck where we've got the Hermit card. So this is the truth-seeking card, right? The Hermit's all about finding the truth. He's alone, not to be alone and sulk and feel sorry for himself and be sad, but to really figure out what way he wants to go, right? To really figure out what is true for him, his life, his situation, whatever, right? He's following his own light, right? Also, it is Virgo energy. But I do feel like you guys are going to be going within in order to do so. And I do feel like a lot of that will be coming from your intuition, not so much thinking logically, right? And I say that because situations, so we start with the Three of Cups, which is a beautiful card because it's all about celebration. It's all about serendipity. It's a very social card. This, talks about, going out, having drinks with your friends, maybe really kind of doing it up. It's a good time, right? And it's perfect timing because it's summer. Like, this is the time where people, even introverts, usually will make an exception and go out every once in a while, right? But what's crossing that is the High Priestess. So High Priestess, she's all about, first of all, she's a divine feminine energy, right? So this woman, she knows everything. She holds all the secrets. She's a secret keeper, right? And whenever we get her, it's really to talk about the need to trust our intuition and to kind of dig deeper into that and to trust the divine feminine, because we all have masculine and feminine energies, right? Doesn't matter if you're male or female. I almost feel like this High Priestess right now in this case is like almost like, how there's the devil and the angel on your shoulders. I almost feel like there's an angel on your shoulder trying to guide you guys where to go, or like you guys have spirit guides or somebody, angels, spirit guides, somebody governing you, trying to tell you where to go. I do feel like there are some red flags in terms of, and that's funny, I'm like really paying attention to Homegirl in the red cloak or whatever. But just about being aware of the people that you have around you, right? The people that you have in your circle. Being aware. And I don't feel like any bad, like heavy, but I do feel like there have maybe been people who've kind of weaseled their way into your circle or into your life who maybe don't necessarily belong there. And I'm not saying in terms of like, oh, you're not cool, you don't belong, but almost like, I don't want to say, but yeah, almost like there's some ulterior motives. I say that too because what's crowning is you guys have the Sun card. So I feel like you guys are really coming to success. I feel like you guys are having a lot of things happen for you right now. Family life seems good. It seems like you guys are really happy in the place that you are. And whenever we're like that, we attract people who sometimes want that too. And sometimes their intentions aren't always the best. Or sometimes those people come around to kind of be moochers and get a little piece of your pie, right? So I do feel like you guys, in a lot of senses, I feel like Leos have been having a lot of great things happen for them. I feel like you guys have been having successes come your way. And I do feel like just to be careful that there are people around you that, and like I said, it doesn't feel like any heavy, super heavy energy of people using you, but it's just something to be mindful of, because the thing is, you guys are really stepping into your season and really stepping into your groove, a lot of you guys. And I feel like people see that. And so I feel like you've got people around you who everybody wants a piece of you. And again, that's not necessarily bad, but it's just being mindful about who it is that you keep close, who it is that you tell things to, making sure that you're not doing kitchen table talk with just random motherfuckers who are around. Just really being mindful of your surroundings, because I do feel like you guys have a lot of good things, a lot of success coming for you guys. A lot of opportunity coming for you guys. And it's like people can smell it and people can feel it and they want more of you. And people want more of you anyways. Because let's face it, Leos are fun as shit. You guys are fun. You're charming. Like, you guys are a really good time. And so I'm glad to see that you guys are totally in your element of, living and loving life. But just make sure that, keep snakes out of your circle kind of thing. Like I said, you guys have got some great new things coming. We've got the Ace of Wands. So this is all about that spark of inspiration. This is a new idea. This is a new job. This is a new career move. This is a new relationship. Something fiery and passionate, and something that's going to make you very happy. Something that allows you to use your creativity. Something that allows you to tap into your intuition. Again, I just feel like the universe is bringing you guys a lot of good gifts right now. And I feel like a lot of people can sense that. And so while you're out having fun, I feel like a lot of people are drawn to you at this time, which is awesome because, ain't nothing wrong with that. But just really always being mindful of who it is you keep close, right? Now, in the past, going along with that kind of message that I was saying last month about you guys are getting clarity and questions answered, I really feel like you guys were aggressively going after people and cutting out bullshit. Like, okay, what's up? Like, this doesn't make sense. This what? What's the deal with this? You said that, I really feel like you guys were really trying to pull the truth about something out of people. Right? Out of a person. This can be out of a relationship. This can be out of, this could be even you guys in the past really trying to go for your job or, a new career advancement or something like that. But, the Knight or the Swords always talk about communication. They talk about thoughts. I just really feel like in the past, this is you guys getting really clear. And I do sense that's where a lot of your clarity came from, if that was you, So just really getting clear on how you guys want to move forward, which is a great thing. But it's brought you to future. Now we've got the Page of Wands. So again, pages are always messengers. Page of Swords. I said Page of Wands. I'm sorry. Page of Swords is what I meant. Now, Swords energy is, again, air energy. So that could be Cancer. No, it can't. That can be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini if you're dealing with one of those signs. So you can be getting communication about an opportunity. I'm going to pull a clarifier on it too because I do want to look deeper into what it is. Now, the only thing with the Page of Swords is it's a very young energy. So it doesn't have the maturity of a knight, which isn't even that much better, but it really doesn't have the maturity of like a king or queen. So it's like it can lack tact. It can be offensive. It can be a little abrasive in some ways, or a little careless. And with you having the Knight of Swords in the past and the Page of Swords in the near future, I almost feel like whatever communication you were going after last month, it's bringing in more communication now. So it's like whatever, like by you guys being assertive in trying to find the truth about something, I do feel like you're going to get more of that trickling in, if that makes sense. Now, again, be mindful. It's telling me too to be mindful again with who you're communicating with, who you're telling your business to. That's like a real red flag right now for me. Really being mindful that you're not too loose-lipped, or that you're not talking about something too soon, or talking about something too premature. Also, some of you may have, if you have air sign children, this could be children in your life. Now, you guys also have the Judgment card. The Judgment card, in a lot of ways, talks about the rebirth of something, right? So this is in your hopes and fears. I'm going to clarify this as well, but I almost get the sense of whatever this is, whatever this thing is that you were getting clarity about or wanting clarity about, it's like I almost feel like you're scared of the answer, or you're almost scared that this, whatever that situation was, it's almost going to kind of come back to bite you in the ass. Yeah. Or that whatever this situation was, especially if it was like a situation you were trying to rekindle something with a person, it's like I almost get the sense that you're afraid that they're not going to come back, that they are going to move away, right? If there's like an ex or something that you were kind of talking to and seeing if you guys could rekindle something, I almost get a fear of like, oh, well, what if this isn't going to work out? I'm going to clarify that more. With the environment, you guys have the Six of Swords. So somebody is walking away from you for something. Or you're walking away from someone. I mean, this is the environment card, so I want to say it's someone in your environment, but I honestly get the feeling that you guys are walking away from something after receiving news or information that you don't like. And maybe with the environment, what this really means is instead of going, staying where things felt rocky and you didn't understand and things weren't clear, it's like your environment's going to be shifting into going into a little bit more ease, right? Where the water's a little calmer and things make a little bit more sense. Because someone definitely wants to walk away from something. And like I said, this is normally an external energy right here. So it can be that, but really I just feel like it talks about like a scene change, right? So if like things have been rough, if people in your life have been kind of coming at you a little abrasive and whatever, it's like, I feel like you will be wanting to walk away. If these are people who you had to check and get some answers from and get some clarity and get some truth, I also feel like they understand now and they're just going to leave your ass alone. Because if there was some type of betrayal, which I feel like there might have been, it almost feels like they're just like, you know what, I get it. After whatever clarity you guys had. Yeah, because this is also sitting next to the Page of Swords. So it's almost like this Page of Swords person just like sliced them real quick. And they're like, you know what, fine, I give up. I'm sorry. Like, you might be telling people, like, you need to just leave me alone. If you're not going to be good to me, if you're not going to be, if you're not going to add value to my life, then you just need to go. Again, it could be an air sign individual. Yeah, I feel like for most of you, it's going to be you guys telling someone that they could just leave. You can get the fuck on if you're not going to be decent, right? Now, in your headspace right now, you guys have the Temperance card. So you guys are really trying to find the flow of things. This is all about harmony. It's all about balance. It's also all about knowing that you are divinely guided and that you are protected, right? It's an angel who's pouring the water into both the chalices. And the thing about that is, the water's not splashing about. It's not, going crazy. It's all about really finding that flow and that balance and that harmony, right? And I feel like that's what you guys want to go into, and that's what you guys want to surround yourself around. So anybody who's giving you any friction, I feel like you guys in this place right now are happy to tell somebody to leave, right? I feel like you're happy to tell someone to leave if they're just not going to be good to you. But it's really about finding the balance and the flow of life and the flow of things right now and knowing that you are guided. And then in the outcome card, you've got the Two of Cups. Now, the Cancer got this in the same exact spot. So if you are dealing with a Cancer, have a lot of Cancer in your chart, or a Cancer Leo cusp, I suggest you watch this video or their video. But the Two of Cups is all about alignment, right? It's about having that perfect partnership. This can be soulmate. This can be about just really feeling in alignment with something that you love, something you trust. It's like both cups are full and giving to each other, right? Equal contribution. Now, this can be with the success of a new job or career. Again, because it's cups, it doesn't necessarily have to mean intimate love like that. It's really just about, feeling emotionally balanced and having love for a person, situation, circumstance, whatever. But for a good number of you, if this is a love situation, I feel like you being clear and having this communication that you're having with people and telling those to beat it who don't belong, I feel like that kind of opens up a door for some good shit to come in, right? And you to actually have time and energy for the people and the relationships that actually do matter. So that's something to consider too. I want to clarify some of these. Let's start with this High Priestess. Why did we look at the High Priestess? Six of Wands. So, yeah, remember how I said you guys are partying? It seems like a lot of you guys are going out more and partying a lot, but really to be mindful of the people in your circle, because it seems like, half of them are there for reasons not necessarily for you. And not to say that they're there to use you, but it's like, I don't even know if that's necessarily bad. Because sometimes, okay, like if you meet someone and you're attracted to them, you know what? That's we're going down a whole nother road. The overall point I'm trying to make is, remember how I said how some people can see the success that's happening with you, like the Sun card, right? And so they're drawn to you and trying to get close to you. Well, the Victory card, this is a Victory card. It's like the same thing. Remember, in the original depiction, it's that soldier who's coming in from war or something, and he's riding it on his horse, and he's popular. People are cheering for him. He's on his horse. Everyone's hoorah, all this stuff. So it's like, I do feel like you guys are gaining popularity in whatever you do. Now, this can be just word on the street, like, oh, he's the man. Or this can be like with your job, like people are really starting to recognize you. So you are having more people come around you. But again, because this clarifies the High Priestess, I really do feel like it is saying, like, watch for everybody who's around you, because I don't feel like everybody that's around you is around you for all the right reasons, or reasons you would, that, you know, appreciate at least. They see the success in you, they smell it on you, and they want a piece. Okay? So just be mindful. Now, with this sun, we've got the Tower. Okay? Now, I don't feel like the Tower is a present energy. I feel like this is something that happened in the past. I actually think this is something that happened that allowed that sun energy to come through. The Tower, for a lot of you, being that clarity, that clarification, you guys having those conversations with people in your life that you felt were a little shaky or a little rocky or whatever. And yeah, maybe it made some people fall off, but you know what? It actually was a blessing, because it's like you're able to build anew now, with people who are really there for you and really love you, and you will find success in that. You know, sometimes it hurts to have to cut people off and cut people out of your circle, but it looks like in this case, this is something that if you haven't already done it, it's going to bring happiness and fulfillment. And honestly, I just feel like you'll be able to trust more. The sun is all about, you know, the sun is bright, the sun is open. There are no hidden secrets. There are no dark spots when the sun is out, right? It shows everything. And I feel like a lot of you felt like you were in the dark. And so this Tower card or Tower moment was necessary, because it was able to shake away all the shit that is really not for you, okay? So let's look in the past what this Knight of Swords was about. You know, the Chariot. So you guys could have been dealing with a Cancer, right? But I really feel like you guys were coming in strong with the communication as to what you need to move forward. And again, Chariot is another success card. Another card that really talks about balance too. If you think about it, the original pictures, you've got the sphinxes that are, you know, leading the chariot. And you need that yin and yang in order to do that. You need that, that balance of energies. Yeah. Now, this Page of Swords, Four of Wands. So, Four of Wands is all about building foundations, right? A lot of times it talks about marriage, right? It could be a marriage card. I really feel like if you haven't already, you guys will be having communication about people, about basically what you need in terms of relationships, whether they be intimate, your family relationships, even your relationships at work. It's like, I really feel like you guys are going to be coming forward and kind of being like, look, this is my truth. If, you know, we are going to be involved in this sort of way, this is what I need for you. This is, for me, what makes me feel comfortable in this situation, this foundation. Be mindful of the way that you're saying it. Be mindful of the things that you're saying. And be mindful that you aren't gossiping with people before you tell whoever you need to tell this information to, right? That Page of Swords is it's a little warning for that. Because again, like I said, the Page of Swords, it can be very immature and lack tact and sometimes be too abrasive. And sometimes just say things or communicate or come off in a way where it's hard to receive. For the other person. And that, if you do that, then nobody wins, right? You don't get what you want. They don't get what they want. So if you are having to have conversations about, you know, with people about what you expect out of these relationships, out of these friendships, just really making sure that you are mindful of the way that you're saying it, right? And I'm not saying be no punk, but if you want something, if you're going after something, if there's something you want, you have to work it so you get what you want, right? Now, this Judgment is about the Devil. Okay. So, I feel like a lot of you guys are worried. Like I said, the Judgment card can talk about a rebirth of something. I feel like you're worried that whoever or whatever this thing that you tried to cut out is something that will reappear. Something that will come back, right? Now, the Devil talks about power struggles. It talks about what has power over you. You know, that can be drugs. That can be any type of addictions. That can be relationships or that are toxic, and where you feel bound, and where you feel like, there's no equal give and take or whatever. I really feel like if there was something that you guys had to cut out last month and or cutting out this month, something that you had gained clarity on, I want to pull one more. I feel like you guys are really worried about that reappearing. Yeah. Because with that, you got the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is all about kind of looking back in the past and feeling anxious, It's about a soldier who just got out of war. He's standing there with his head bandaged up because he's gone through a lot, and he's able to fight, he's able to move forward, but he's scared because he doesn't want to have to, right? It's kind of that energy. So if there's something that you cut out, something or someone, I do feel like there is a fear that will be returning. But there's free will everywhere, okay? You guys are in total control. I want to look at this Six of Swords. You guys are totally in control, and I feel like you guys are totally, again, guided with this angel that's sitting in the Judgment card and the angel that's in the Temperance card. Also with the High Priestess, she's trying to help you out and tell you what to do. I feel like you're guided. So don't let that, don't let that do too much. So, Six of Swords. With the Six of Swords, you guys got the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is that typical player card, right? That's, it's your energy, actually, because it is a wand. So it is a fiery energy. It is a very aggressive knight. It's a go-getting knight. You know what I mean? It's a knight that goes and gets it. But it's a younger, and when I say younger, younger than me. So like a 20s energy, right? I do feel like you are having communication with someone, and I feel like there's someone who, there's someone who comes in and out of your life. So it's almost like you're like, look, stay out or stay in. Almost like when you're a kid and you would come in and out of the house all the time during summertime playing, and your mom was like, look, if you come back in, you're in to stay. And you're like, dang. I feel like it's that kind of an energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys do find that you're giving somebody the boot and speaking your truth because you feel like they are flighty and cannot be either trusted or just are not consistent, okay? Now with that Temperance card, you guys got the Eight of Pentacles. So that's really good. So that's really working towards something and doing good work. Eight of Pentacles is all about doing good work. It's the craftsman, it's the apprenticeship card. It's, a card about, with the Temperance, I feel like, how do you say? Self-development. I really feel like this is about self-development. I feel like you guys are really in a place of that, which is why you're able, again, to have this clarity and cut people and things out of your life that don't belong. So, Two of Cups, let's clarify. Again, if you have Cancer strongly in your chart or someone else does that you're dealing with, or you're on the cusp, then I would really watch that. Sorry, I got stuck. So with that, you got the Two of Swords. So there's a decision that needs to be made. You're at a crossroads about something. Now, there could be someone that you're feeling really like you love, and that's really important to you. But for whatever reason, there is a halt. There is a pause because you are thinking about it. Really be fair to yourself and be mindful to yourself. Don't be impulsive. Really take this time out. Again, you guys have this Hermit energy that is all over your reading, right? The unseen. So this month really is about going deep within and finding the truth for yourself in this situation. Really deciding if with this Two of Cups and this Two of Wands, look, 2-2. Wow, 2 and 2. Really deciding if this is something that you want to do, right? It's like I almost feel like it makes sense to you definitely in your heart, but you're not sure if in a practical way it does. You're not sure if it does in your mind. And there could be because there's some red flags. Like, again, you guys are getting hits from your intuition to really be careful about these people and your surroundings. Yeah. So, look, detox your friendships. So, your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you are spending time. So, be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Wow. And then look at, you've got all these cards basically talking about cutting people out. Knight of Swords, Page of Swords. You've got that Six of Swords moving along. You've got that Two of Swords needing to make a decision. You had the Tower that hit when you got the clarity. Yeah. And you've got these three cards, which just speaks volumes about, you know, whatever this toxic devil energy was, being afraid of it coming back, like kind of being paranoid. And, you know, some of you it's because you know it's toxic and you don't want it back. And some of you it's like, I know it's toxic, but shit, I want that old thing back. Okay? Be careful. Discern correctly. With that, we've got the chemistry card. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So you guys have some decisions, you know, definitely some things to think about. But listen to your intuition because your intuition is kicking, it's talking. You fire signs are very intuitive too. And really making sure you're not too impulsive this month. Taking the time to think. And, you know, so you're making the right decisions for you. Taking the time to listen to your intuition. Knowing that you're guided, right? You guys are guided. You guys are protected. Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting month, guys. Detox any friendships or just people in your life that are toxic, or just, they don't even have to be. Listen, I'll cut anybody off. Just detox who needs to be detoxed. I feel like you guys know who it is. If this is a situation and this is resonating with you guys, I feel like you already know who this is. Now, it gets complicated when we talk about, like, you know, how, you know, the relationships between the two. But do what you got to do for you guys. You guys have a lot of beautiful cards to support some really great shit at the same time. The Sun card, Two of Cups, you know, that Temperance, that Ace of Wands. So you've got new beginnings all over the place. It just kind of depends on what you want to do, and cut those losers out of your life. Okay? So you guys have a good one. I'll see you next month. Bye.